Hi everyone, Lara here for another brief CPEM video. What we're noticing as we're talking to our clients out there at the moment is that there's a collective weariness and a collective busyness that's occurring more and more, and you can hear it in people's voices as we talk to them. I just want to spend a bit of time, very short period of time, normalizing that for you. What happens in a crisis situation, and we've all been in crisis situations. It might be flood, it might be fire, it might be a loss of a loved one. But that's crisis, and COVID is certainly a crisis situation. But what happens in your body when we go into crisis is there's a surge of adrenaline and cortisol, a stress hormone, that comes into our body. And that gets us going, and hence some of the busyness that we start to see. But that hormone surge is actually only quite short term. It's only meant to be short term. And so as we come down the curve of that short term injection of adrenaline or cortisol, we start to get this bone tired weariness that occurs. Now, what leaders can do is then they try and ramp it up more and more, and they try and put more on their plate, and we notice them getting busier and busier. This, of course, will have an impact on their team. So as a leader, may I ask that you consider how you might be modeling the way of looking after yourselves and also looking after your people. So what I want to do is just very briefly provide you with a bit of a check-in strategy, just an idea to prompt your thinking. So if I think about leadership behavior on a continuum, on one side, we've got leaders who are really missing connecting with their teams. And on the other end of the continuum, we've got some leaders who are secretly enjoying bunkering down in their home office behind their computer, not having to do the leadership side, the people side of leadership. So I get it, I get that. But now more than ever, your people are needing you to check in. So a little process of how to check in. I just want to talk you through that. A powerful check-in measure can be when you just simply ask somebody, how much have you got in your tank? So on a percentage basis, how much have you got in your tank? And as a business, we kind of need 100% to be functioning effectively. So just asking someone, how much have you got in your tank? And someone might say, you know what, I got no sleep last night, I'm really stressing, I've only got 15% in my tank. Someone else might say, hey, I've only got 75% left in my tank, but I can help out. So one of my favorite writers and researchers calls this the gap plan. When we haven't got 100% in our team or with individuals, have you got a plan that you can help to close the gap between the 15% and the 100%? Because if all of our team is operating at 15%, it's really a red flag, and we kind of need to work out how we're going to close that gap. And it might be, what can we take off our task list? What is stuff that we absolutely need to do right now, but what can we let go for the moment and know that we are looking after ourselves and each other? So can I encourage you to develop a bit of a gap plan? If nothing else, you are having a conversation with your people as to how they're managing at the moment with all of these massive changes. Because as a leader, you are leading a change process. And for some of us, this is a change process of a lifetime. We're never going to have to lead this sort of stuff again. So can I encourage you to have these conversations with our people? Those of you who have worked with me in the past will know that the quality of our questions equals the quality of the answers that we get from our people. So spend perhaps a little bit of time thinking about the sorts of questions that you'd like to ask your team. Things like, how much have you got in the tank at the moment? On a percentage scale, how much have you got in the tank at the moment? What's going on for you? How can we as a team pull together in order to support each other? Who needs a rest? What's the toughest things that you are dealing with at the moment? Ask those questions, have those conversations. So if you're on this end of the continuum where you're secretly enjoying bunkering down and not having to deal with the people side of leadership, just develop a little plan. I'm going to be providing over the next couple of days or so some more ideas around how you can check in with your team. But if you can do nothing else, then please just check in with your team and keep connecting with your team. You guys are doing an awesome job. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.